In this video we will discuss about everything related to the spherical mirrors, ray diagrams and the numerical question. So to the point, this mirror is known as the concave mirror and this is the convex mirror. So how can you recall the names? Means you have to understand the concave and the convex. You know the meaning of cave, you just understand this word in your mind, cave. So this is cave, this is the cave. So this kind of mirror is known as the concave and the bulging part of this kind of mirror is known as the convex mirror. Now this lines denotes that this surface is a coated surface, means so this part is the basically reflecting part, the internal one, okay. So this is the concave mirror. On the other hand, here this is the coated part, the painted one. So this bulging part, the outer one, is the reflecting surface. So the reflecting surface in this case, in the case of concave mirror, the reflecting surface is inside, just like in a cave. So this is the reflecting surface, this one is the reflecting surface. But in case of a convex mirror, this side is your reflecting surface, okay. Now these two mirrors, means concave or convex, from where we get these two mirrors? We get these two mirrors, actually these two are a part of a sphere. If you just see this picture, now this is a part of this sphere. Similar way, this is also a part of the sphere. So we have to understand basically the terms, the main terms in case of mirror. So what happened, this is a simple part of a sphere. So obviously that sphere has a center, okay, this is the center of that particular sphere. So we say that this center is the center of curvature. This is C, that is the center of curvature, okay. Now the middle part of your mirror, that is known as pole, represented by P. So this is the center of curvature and this is the pole. So what is the pole, children? The center of the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror. In this spherical mirror, this part is the reflecting surface, okay, and the center of this one, the middle part, the center of the reflecting surface of a spherical mirror is called its pole, that we represent with P. So this is P and this is the center of curvature, the geometric center of the sphere of which the mirror is a part, that is known as the center of curvature. And this line is known as the principal axis. This line, that line passes with the center of curvature, come to the pole, that is known as the principal axis. Now principal axis is clear, this line is principal axis, this is the center of curvature, this is the pole, okay. Now the distance between this C and P is what? Radius, that is capital R, and we say it radius of curvature also. In between, in the middle positions, we represent it F. This is the focal point, F. So what is the relation between R and F? Okay, look it properly and understand. This entire CP is radius R and this half part, means 1/2 of this, in the middle point it is F. It means F is equal to what? F is equal to R/2. You can say that the radius of curvature is equal to 2F. So you have to understand this also. What is the relation between the radius of curvature and the focus? The distance between this focus and this pole, means this one, this is known as the focal length. This much distance is known as the focal length. Same change we follow for the convex also, concave and convex, these are the points. So what points we understand in case of the mirror? We understand about the principal axis, we understand about the center of curvature, radius of curvature, pole, focus and focal length. Now for the ray diagram we have three rules, simple three rules we have for the ray diagram. Let's understand the three rules first. What is the first rule? The first rule say that in case of, we will discuss about in case of a concave mirror, okay, all the conditions we will understand in case of a concave mirror. So what happened, the first rule say that if your incident line if your incident line is parallel to this principal axis. This is your principal axis, okay. So if ray of light is parallel to the principal axis, now suppose this line is the parallel to the principal axis, this is the incident line, okay, the ray of light parallel to the principal axis. So what happened? The line will reflect back from the focus. So focus is where? In between C and F, middle position, this is the focus. So this line will reflect back from the focus. This is the first rule, ray diagram first rule you have to understand. Whenever the incident ray will pass through principal axis parallel to the principal axis, if this is our incident ray, if the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then this ray will reflect back from the focus. This is the first rule. Now the second rule say, if the incident ray, just make another mirror, this is our P, again principal axis, suppose this point is say, this is F. So rule number 2 is what? If incident ray passing through the center of curvature, means this is your incident ray, okay, incident ray passing through the center of curvature. So in this case what happened? Again it reflect back from the same position, means the reflected ray also will pass through the center of curvature, it follow the same path, okay. So this is the second rule. In the first rule, if your incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it reflect from the focus point. Second, if the ray passes through the center of curvature, again it reflect back in the same path, means again it pass through the center of curvature, okay. Now the third line, third rule. Now the third rule say, if the incident ray, third rule say, if the incident ray, means the ray of light passing through the focus, then it will be reflect and parallel to your principal axis, So if you understand, the first and third is related, okay, it is means first and third is what? Opposite to each other. In first rule what we understand, the ray of light is parallel to principal axis, when it reflect back, come to the focus. Third one, when the incident ray will passes through the focus, then after striking the surface, it reflect and becomes parallel to the principal axis. So just these three ray diagrams you just keep in your mind, then we understand all the ray diagrams. Then the first condition is we have to form an image when the object is placed at the center of curvature. So two things, always remember two things in your mind. You have one object, always you will get one object, and this object we have to find the image of the object. Object is given, we have to find the image. So object position is also given in the question, whatever the position of the object, that is mentioned. And whenever your ray diagram will complete, you have to find the position of image, the nature of image, and all values regarding the image. So in this question, where is your object? Your object is placed at the center of curvature, means what? C. Okay, our object is at point C. Now two things, we need at least two rays to form an image, okay. Remember, from your object how many rays you want? At least two rays to form an image. So we will follow this rule and we understand the diagram. Any scale, but you have to use scale, you have to do all these things in a proper way. Now suppose this is our mirror, okay. Which kind of mirror it is, children? It is concave. See, cave, it is concave mirror. So in this concave mirror, this is the pole, this is the center of curvature. So obviously just in between this point, this is our focus, means F. Now you have to draw the ray diagram. See the condition of the object. The object is placed at the center of curvature. So here in this point, at this point your object will be placed at point C. So always make object like this, okay. This is your object. Give the name of the object A and B. This is your object. So what I say, at least two rays, two incident rays we need to form an image. So from this point, from the point A, we will draw how many rays? Two rays. And you know the three rules, that three rules you have to follow. Means the first rule was what? If ray of incident ray that is parallel to principal axis, it will reflect back from the focus. So that first rule we will apply here, means first ray will parallel to the principal axis. Okay, so this line is parallel to the principal axis. What happened? By the rule, this ray will be reflect back from the focus. Okay, you have to use a scale whenever you do all these things. So this is the reflected line. Okay, now first ray we get. Now the second rule, when the ray of light will pass to the focus, it reflect back and becomes parallel to the principal axis, isn't it? So the second rule we apply here. Suppose this is passing through the focus. Okay, so after that what happened? It will be reflect back and becomes parallel to the principal axis. So this is the reflected one. When your both reflected rays will cut, that point you will get the image. It's very simple. At least two incident ray you want to draw to form an image of the object. When the both reflected ray will cut, intersect at each other, that point we will get image of the object. So this is the point. This is the point where both rays will cut each other. So in this point we will get the image of our object, that will be in this manner, that is A dash and B dash. So what this means, if the object is at the center of curvature, the image is also formed at the center of curvature. But what are the nature? The nature is what? The image is real, inverted and same size. These things are the nature of the image. Same size, it is real and inverted. And what is the position of the image? The position of the image is at the center of curvature. Condition, when the object is placed between the focus and the center of curvature. So you see, this is our lens, means mirror, and this is the center of curvature, this is the focus. So where our object is placed? Object is placed between C and F, here. So again you have to draw one object. Now the object between C and F, this is my object. Okay, again the name of the object A and B. Always make the object like this. Now again children, the same thing. From this point, how many rays we have to draw? 2 incident rays. We will follow the rules, and when the 2 reflected rays will cut each other, that point we will get the image of this object. So the very first rule is what? Parallel to the principal axis. Again we will draw one ray from the point A, from here. This is the ray that is parallel to the principal axis. This is the principal axis. So what happened? This ray will be reflected back from the focus, from the F. So this will be reflected back like this. Okay, this is the first ray of light. Now second one, from where we can use the second ray of light? See, from this point, the second ray, we are using the rule number 2, that the ray of light will passes through the center of curvature. So we will make a line from this, that from this point it will passes through the center of curvature. So in this rule, the reflected ray also back in the same path. The reflected ray also follow the same path. So this is incidence also, and this one is reflected also. So when both lines will cut together from this point, just give me 1 minute. Yes, now I hope you can see. So this point, suppose both ray will cut this point. So here we get the image of this object. You can see the distance. Here we get the image. Again, this is the image, inverted image. The name is A dash and B dash. So what is the nature, what is the position, what is the shape and size of the image? You can see, if your object is placed between center of curvature and focus, then your image is real, inverted and magnified. This is a magnified image, magnified. And what is the position? The position is beyond center of curvature. Whenever you get the image this side, so we can say the position, this position of the image, What is the position of the image? We can write beyond center of curvature. This is beyond center of curvature. What is the nature? It is real and inverted, and size larger than the object. It is larger than the object. So that larger word we are using actually magnified. Magnified. This is magnified. So this is the condition how to draw an image for any object. Where your object is placed, you just see the position. Just draw two incident rays. You follow the basic three rules, and when your reflected rays will cut, that point you will get the image. Look, all these images, these are the conditions of the images formed by a concave mirror for different position of the object. Two positions we discussed, many other positions are there. Means if beyond the center of curvature, if our position of the object is beyond the center of the curvature, then the position of the image will be between the focus and the center of curvature. And nature and size is real, inverted and diminished. Diminished means it is very small. Next is if it is at the focus, if our object is at the focus. In this case, the position of the image means our image formed at infinity, and the nature is real, inverted and enlarged, highly magnified. Because we cannot predict about infinitive, so we mention here enlarged or highly magnified. Then what happened if the position of the object is at infinitive? Then the position of the image is formed at the focus. The nature is real, inverted and highly diminished. It's almost like a point size image. And the mirror formula with the sign convention, means there is no confusion between the sign. When we have to take U negative, U positive, V negative, V positive and F for both the mirrors, convex also and concave also. You know the mirror formula is 1 by U plus 1 by V is equal to 1 by F. What are the terms U, V and F, children? U is the distance of your object from pole. You know about your object and position of pole, that is P. So from the pole means P, where your object is placed, that distance is U, and distance of image from the pole is V, and F is what? Focal length. Now understand in which case you have to take U negative, V negative, or which case you have to take these things positive. First we will discuss about all these terms in concave mirror. Again, for the concave mirror, suppose this is a concave mirror, this is our concave mirror. This is principal axis P. We kept the object always left side of the mirror. So you know what happened? Always we kept the object here, this side. So this is which side? From P. You have to think from P. From pole, this is the right side and this side is the left side. So object is always kept on the left side. So from P, it's a very simple rule, children. From P, if anything will become towards the right side, it is positive. If anything that will become towards the left side, it is negative. But from where you have to think? You have to think from the pole of the mirror. Similar way, from the P or from the principal axis, upward direction, positive. Downward direction, negative. It's very simple. You always remember the terms regarding from the P, from the pole of the mirror. From the pole of the mirror, you see if the value is, if your value is moving towards the right side, this is our right. So this right is always positive. Towards the left, it is always negative. And the same thing we have to follow for the convex also. In convex also, in the convex mirror, if suppose this is convex mirror, so this is the P, the position of pole P, this is our principal axis. Again same thing, this is the reflecting part of the surface, so you will keep your objects this side, the left side. So from the pole, the same thing, distance towards the right it is positive, distance towards the left it is negative. Distance in upward it is positive, distance in downward it is negative. So from P you just keep these things in your mind. Now understand all these terms in question. The concept of the right side and left side, upward and downward. So on this with the same concept you understand these things, the sign convention formula for both concave and the convex. U negative, V negative, F negative. Okay, first three things. For the concave mirror, U is negative, V means the position of the object, because always we keep the object left side from the pole. So it is negative. Image also form left side, all the real images form left side, so that is negative. Focal length is always negative. Which case it is positive? V, in one case when the image is virtual. If your image is virtual, then only it will be positive. Otherwise, for the concave mirror, U, V, F negative. Now come to the convex. Convex never forms a real image, children, never. So what happens here? U is negative because the object placed towards the left side of the pole. So U is negative, but V and F is positive. Object is placed 27 centimeter in front of a concave mirror of focal length 18 centimeter. At what distance from the mirror image can be obtained? So basically the things are given here. 27 centimeter the object is placed. So this is the object distance, means your U, that is 27 centimeter. Now what will be the sign where your object is placed in front of the concave mirror? Means suppose if your mirror is in this kind of mirror, so obviously from the pole left side your object is placed, so the sign will be negative. So this is minus 27. U is minus 27 because the object is left side, towards the left side of the mirror, towards the left side of the pole. Okay, we have to find V, so put a question mark V. Next thing is given the focal length F. F is equal to what? 18. It will be also minus 18 centimeter. Why it will be minus? Because the focal length is also towards the left from the pole, so it is minus. It will be clear why U is negative, F is negative, because both things are towards the left side from the pole. Now use the formula. 1 by U plus 1 by V is equal to 1 by F. We have to find 1 by V. So it will be 1 by F minus 1 by U. Put all the values here and solve it. 1 by F, so what is the value of F? It will be 18. So 1 by minus 18 minus 1 divided by minus 27. So just this minus we will take as numerator, and this minus and minus will be what? Plus. So that the image is formed on the left side of the mirror. Again from the pole, if you see left side, this left side, the image will be formed. Now the nature of the image is what? The nature of the image, just because it is concave mirror, its nature will be real and inverted. Real and inverted. Why? Because it is a concave mirror.